hello, Dell. I was wondering who would be the first. You must sit waiting for my broadcasts because you're always the first in. Hello, hope you're having a good day, my friend. Alan, how music? Leigh, that sounds so beautiful. Hello, Alan. It is. It's. This thing is supercharged. It's the new. He says. It's the new SX from Yamaha, the new 920, and it really does make a nice sound. That's all I can say. It's got the pianos off the other keyboards, so you've got this beautifully big and sort of however, I'm going to let you into a secret. This isn't how it sounds when you get it. And this is what I get quite frustrated about, because this keyboard can sound fabulous outside of the box. When you unbox it and put it on a stand, it's going to sound as flat as a witch's. Yeah, it really is. You're not going to have this sort of nice, bright sound. And the way that this is achieved is simply by increasing the EQ on the piano. So you just go to your mixer, you tap on EQ, and you turn the high all the way up. And it makes such a difference, because it transforms it from sort of quite a flat sounding instrument into this really nice, beautiful piano that you can just use for anything. Whether you're playing pop, same for example using this sort of throwback pop. And of course, you know what I'm like. I like a pad behind. It will work on the SX920, Alan. It definitely will. Just go into your mixer, find where your piano is. Obviously, everything's in a line. Make sure that the EQ high on the piano is set to full, and it will give you this nice. Nice piano sound that you can use for anything. It's really detailed in the higher registers. Makes it sizzle. So if you're using it for pop, or maybe you want to go to maybe a ballad, some sort of a ballad style. Let's have a sort of orchestral rock ballad too. It's just stunning, and that's just one piano voice. it always baffles me when you see comments from people saying, "Well, it's only got 3 voices." Why would you want to stack more than 3 voices? I only ever play one voice. In fact, I can't even tell you the last time that I put 2 voices together. The only maybe circumstance I would do that is if I wanted sort of like a brass voice with a saxophone. But 99% of the time, the band is playing the backing, and the melody is normally a solo instrument. I mean, you wouldn't play a guitar in a group with 3 voices, so I don't know. I just always baffles me. Some instruments out there that actually can stack 16 voices at once, which is just mental. But for me, this is just ideal. 3 voices is plenty. Sometimes I would like to maybe have actually 2 on the left as opposed to more on the right, because I could put a piano and a string on the left. So Yamaha, if you're watching, 2 voices on the left would be much more, for me personally, I would find it more useful to have 2 voices on the left hand than I would have 4 or 5 on the right. The other thing that is kind of niggling me with the SX920, in fact, to be fair, it niggled me with the 900 as well, is the screen. And I'll tell you for why. The Genos had complaint after complaint after complaint. Can't see the screen, it's too flat, it's at the wrong angle. And yet SX owners don't seem to sort of mention the fact that this is the same. It's still the same flat screen. And it is very, very flat. I'm having to actually lean over it with a light on to be able to actually see what's on the screen. So, yeah, maybe this is something that, if you have got an SX, is this something that you should be commenting on? I don't like the flippy screens. I think they look sort of old, dated and tacky. But certainly something with a slight incline would be helpful. just my observation. You know, you have to comment on these things, because everybody seems to now think that because I'm getting instruments from Yamaha that I'm being paid or sort of supported by, which, okay, yes, that they have provided the keyboard for me to look at and for me to use. It's very kind of them. But I don't have to say a single nice word about them. Honestly, I mean, I do, because they make good stuff. But where there are circumstances where, like this is bugging me already. And it's my fault because I move things around in the studio, so the light now is in a different position, and I am really starting to struggle to see the screen. And of course, as I'm getting older, my eyes aren't as strong as they were, so I'm having to sort of get closer to the screen. It's just a bug, just a little sort of minor thing that I don't like. But as in terms of instruments go, those of you who've got SX900, it is a very different keyboard. It's it's stunning. And that is the CFX Concert Grand, the Ambient Grand. That's just lovely. It's like butter, if you like butter. So anyway, let's have a look at the comments. We've got Mark from Poland. Greetings from Poland. Lovely Poland. What's the weather like there today? Lando Cruz. Ooh. Don't know what ooh means, but ooh back to you. Pat's with us. Hello, Leigh. Been waiting for this. Looking forward to all your playing. As I told you, get this keyboard. Too lovely to hear your great demo. Yeah, thanks ever so much, Pat. Really appreciate that. Alan House says, my last track on YouTube, I used great piano and strings and choir. It didn't sound too bad, but I understand your point. Yeah, too much is too much. If you start layering things too much, too heavily, I mean, that piano wouldn't sound anywhere near as delicate if you started putting other things on it. It's just, it lets you put emotion across. And this is the nice thing with this instrument, is that all the pianos, Stage Grand, the nice CFX Ballad mix, it's just simply stunning. We've got Suitcase Clean. These are now getting into electrics. A whole load of electric pianos in here. Anyone got the music, please, Mr. Please, Mr. Jailer? What the devil's Please, Mr. Jailer? I've never even heard of that one. My last track, yeah. So there we got 82 people viewing. Hello, everybody, 82 viewers. Say hello in the chat. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the stuff that's in here, especially in the woodwind. Got this nice ballad soprano sax. Very Kenny G. So we find a nice, and again, when you're looking for styles, kind of think the instrument needs to be with a particular sort of type of style. Don't just go and throw something heavy on there. You want something a bit sort of on the light guitar pop, maybe. Oh, that's not light. Yeah, we know what that one is. Now again, it's got no delay, it's not got a lot of reverb on it, so before I'm going to start and play this, I'm just going to increase the reverb and I'm going to go into the effect and add some more delay. And I want sort of like a pop sort of string sound in the left hand, and there it is, pop pad. I'm always terrified to press on one setting because I never know what's behind it. Ah, what I wanted. Bit more reverb maybe, though. There we go. Let's take that up a little bit more. Oh, no, that's far too much. Now that reverb is quite, it's compacted. It's so I'm just gonna take the reverb time up a touch. There we go. Ding dang dong. Hello, Gerard. Calling from the Netherlands. We have a lot of people in the Netherlands who join the channel when I'm live. So hello to the wonderful Netherlands. Hope you're all keeping yourselves well. I shall be close to you next week. I shall be in Germany, certainly closer than being in the UK. But yeah, I just hope the weather holds out for next week. Well, let's have a look for another rhythm. See what else we've got. If you've got any particular requests or any questions while you're watching, do feel free to leave a comment. I'm always happy to answer questions or show you things. Yesterday we had somebody asking about Latin styles, and of course this has got some really nice stuff on it. Now this is called Tens Cuban Pop. So if we try an intro 3. Oh, this is nice. Okay. Chat, chat, chat. It's a very... I can hear a song, but I don't know what the song is. Oh, where are we? We've got some more comments here. Excellent, very good from Igor. Thank you so much. Hello, Lee. I heard the voices cut off immediately when you switch off between the voices. Is that the case? Love from India. The voices will change as you... But it does hold. If you change the voice that you had goes on until you take your finger off and then plays the next note. Not so much with guitars, because of course it fades away. But where we've got this bandoneon, I guess it is. If I change the voice, lift my finger off and play, then it changes. So it doesn't immediately cut off. No, it doesn't. It's better. Hi Lee, I'm in Brazil watching another nice performance. Oh, it's Edson. Hey Edson. Hello, my friend. Steve Stamo says let's have a look. Let me just have a quick look here what's going on, because I've got a message, something to do with something happening with the stream. Error. Oh, well, there we go. It's all right. Hi there from a soggy and rainy New York. Can you demo how to use the full keyboard style backing? No. Yeah, I can, but I don't. Hello, Lee. Great video, like all the times. Great from Texas, from Omar. Oh, it's Omar. Hey, it's the wonderful Omar, fabulous musician. Hello there. Nice to see you on board. Will you please play a version of A Whiter Shade of Pale? Oh dear. Talk about giving me a challenge. I wonder if I can do it in full finger mode. I don't play piano, so I don't play full finger mode. That's the thing. Oh. Let me move this microphone out of the way. There we go. and it's just such a nice style. You can play so many wonderful ballads using this. If you actually go in, I'm surprised. In fact, I'm very surprised. Yeah, there is no pan flute, sort of bratty flute voice in there as an option. So if I just search for a pan, frying pan, sauce pan, pan flute. There we go, pan pipe. So. Okay, well, we have got a pan flute. We've got, hello, Milan Matthew says that was style was for the song Havana. Ah, that's the one, Havana. Yes. Who sings it? I can see him, but I can't name the group. Yeah. Question about multipad. A lot of multipads on my SX920 are one shot only, but others are looped and run constantly. Is the SX920 the same? Aha! You're in for a treat. SX920 has got some really nice sort of repeating patterns. You've got sort of guitar loops that you can obviously use, but I've noticed that there's actually multipads in here that aren't even in the Genos 2. There's some really nice sort of pop stuff. There's lots of repeating phrases. So you're not going to find like your SX700, you just got one shots. There are lots and lots and lots. And you've even got the legacy folder to sort of go back to all the old phrases as well. So you got things like will percussion, that will da 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 da. No, it's not going to work with downtown. You've got guitar phrases, you've got drums, you've got synth, you've got everything. There's a lot of nice new stuff in there as well. So there you go. Hello, Olivia from France. Hello, hope you're having a good day, my friend. Very nice to have you on board, and always a pleasure to have more people watching. So if there's anything you would like me to show you, the entertainer department on here has got the same style as the hang on, Olivia says French hit in the 70s where you're looking for was the Lundi. Yeah, okay, I'm not very good in French. From Claude Francois. I'll have a look at that afterwards, if that's okay. I'll see if I can figure out how to play it. The entertainer department has actually got the same style as the Genos 2 for the first voice, which is the mega hit, which is the Helena Fisher. She's got a lot to answer for. It's a big hit in Germany, and that's where it'll probably stay. Jim has kindly... Do you know, Jim, I had my coffee yesterday. I did actually, I promise you, I did go for a coffee. So thank you so much for leaving the tip for today. Have a cup of coffee on us. Question. You have a Genos 2. Do you still see a place in the arsenal for this SX920? Just to keep as more portable option when doing quick little gigs. Right, well... Let's be honest, the more keyboards, the better. That's my that's my outlook on life. This is a tremendous little. I don't like calling it little brother. I would prefer call this its little sister, because it's just cute, and it seems to have most of the stuff that you like to play that's in the Genos 2 in here. There's a lot of styles and things that aren't obviously from the Genos 2 because there's 800 and something in there. This is a much more cut down version, but it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like a poor relative. It actually feels, and I'm going to be honest, I've always liked the rubber buttons. Even when I had my Korg PA 1000, I preferred the PA 700 because it had rubber controls. I don't know what it is. You feel it's more of a connective thing when you've got like a rubber button to press. It feels like you've pressed it. So this has got much nicer controls. I actually prefer these to the plastic hard ones that are on the Genos, but that's just me being weird. The thing I do miss, and I'm 100% honest, is the volume controls. That for me is an absolute, it's a nail in the coffin, because if you can't adjust the volumes of what you're playing quickly, what is the point? And I just don't understand why nobody has kicked up a stink about this, because to my mind, having to tap on a screen and go down the route of using a screen is not, it's not ideal. It's there, it's nice to tap if when you're not playing, but when you're playing, a screen is not something to push. I had one of the Yamaha PS pianos with the iPad. They sent that up for me to try and see what I thought of that, and it went back within a few days because I just don't like having screens to control instruments. And I think this is starting to become very apparent with companies like Ketron, who've got this event module. I don't know anybody who's bought one, and I was expecting the world and his mother to go out and rush and buy these things, but I don't know anybody who's got one because this screen isn't as responsive as just pushing a button. And I fear that Yamaha are making the world's biggest ever mistake by going down the route of making pianos with touch screens. It's just not, your fingers are performing. Touching a piece of glass isn't performing. Anyway, that's my rant. So there you go. I said to you, I can be honest and I can say things that others can't. If they want to come and take this back tomorrow, they may. I don't know. But the point being is, I would prefer to sort of be the one that waves my arms about, saying this is how everybody's going to feel. This is how reality sits. Because some companies will make stuff and pretend that black is white. And they have to listen, and it's only people like us, you guys who buy these things, the feedback to these companies is so important. So you have to say what you think. You can't just sit there and go, oh yeah, everybody else is saying it's great, I can put up with it. No, I don't do that. I tell the honest truth. So if you've got a keyboard and it ain't right, and I think things should be changed, I'll tell you, I'll be honest. But that's how you make better products. You don't make better products by saying, oh, this is wonderful. No, it's not. And it should have never got to the stage where that is the case. So there you go. Right, let's have a look. So I hope that answers your question, Jim. So yeah, I would have a 920 in my arsenal. I would happily have this. I had the 900, obviously for the club, because obviously club members have got 900s. The 920 is going to support anybody who joins the Genos club and wants help with the 920 or wants content for 920, because all the stuff that's in the club is now available. And you can play it. 99% of the stuff in the club actually works on the 920, so you're laughing. Thank you. I have done what you said and made such a difference to the pianos. See, I told you, Pat. I said, didn't I? There's also another tip I'm going to show you as well for the pianos. Totally agree with you, Lee. That's where the Genos wins. Yeah, Genos does win. Yeah, it certainly does. Any Schlager polka to be quick fun. Let's have a look. Let's have a look in Schlager. I think there is a Schlager polka. I'm sure I've seen it. Where are we? Let's have a. I'm gonna have to peer over. I'm sorry. Where are we? Schlager polka. There you go. I knew there was one. Sure about that one. How did I know they would put a clapping hand on there? I wondered halfway, I thought, I wonder if Yamaha would be so fun to put clapping on. And they did. They've actually, we've even got single clapping. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's enough of that. It's not beer time just yet. Let's have a look. Olivia's put number 1. Bless her. Him. I don't know. I never know what to say. Hello from Italy, from Katie Franco. Hello, Katie. Hello, Italy. What a fantastic place that is. Any Schlager polka? Yeah, we're running out of comments here. People are probably watching more than anything else. There's a good number of people watching, which is good. Open Ballad. Now, a lot of these are from the SX900. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of sort of copying over. There is a lot of new stuff in there, and most of the new stuff generally is on the first page or second page. Another sort of typical pop song. Sort of relaxed sort of style on variation D, and then you're back to sort of the main part. You got the polka. There you go. Is that keyboard enough to play? Is this keyboard enough to play alone? Oh yeah, you could just take this thing out and easily, put a few registrations together and come up with a concert. And the other thing as well is that you probably, I don't know whether you know or not, but the effects unit in here is as powerful, taken from Genos 1 now. So instead of having these sort of very boring sort of graphics and just, reverb, you've actually got the sort of simplified sort of graphic that allows you to change things. And in there, let me just go into mixer, effect. And if I, for example, just tap on the let's go to reverb and go to reverb hall. So I come up with sort of this image graphic now of an amplifier, so you can actually do what you want to do in terms of a visual graphic. It's much better, and it gives you much better effects as well, because you've obviously got those distortions. David David Finnegan's back. Apparently he didn't win the lottery and my 25% will have to wait. But thanks for all the prayers. A Genos 2 is still my aim. Do you know, David, I was kind of guessing you wouldn't win yesterday in a funny kind of way. Let me just grab a quick sip. Hang on a minute. Oh, Olivia says polka styles with Greek voices, guitars gives a Mediterranean flavour. Does it? So hang on a minute. Let me just try this then. So if I go into my polkas, you want to see my polkas? No, you don't. Polka. Oh, hang on. Oh, I've typed it wrong. That's why. What a muppet. Polka. P-O-L-K. Do you know, I can't type for toffee. P-O-L-K-A. There we go, polka. So we got Oberkrainer polka. That sounds very German, doesn't it? Nope, that's not Mediterranean at all. Party polka? That's far too beer Keller. Schlager polka, I think is one that's going to work. No, Zither polka. That would work. That would definitely become Mediterranean. So if I put on, this is interesting to see actually. If I go into acoustic guitar, oh look, we've got Zithers and everything. Hang on, we've got an instrument here called Pipper. It's not the pig, is it? No. That's interesting. I've never heard that instrument before. I'm going to have to look that up and see where that comes from. But there should be a... let's have a look. There it is. Yeah, it gives a very Mediterranean feel. Oh dear. Oh, let's have a look. I've been using the 1, 2, 3 intros as a break instead. Yeah, I always use 1 as a break. In fact, all the styles that I make, I always make sure that 1 is either a break or a actual fill-in in the middle of the song. Just more useful than a 4-beat count. 2, 3, 4. It's, yeah. Milan Matthew is back. Do the voices cut off when you switch between the voices, even when the sustain pedal is pressed? No, as I've just said to you, if you look... Right, so I'm playing a C on OTS 3. I changed to OTS2. There's a slight drop in volume, but then again, you're going to be playing anyway. And then it changes to the voice when you play the next note. If you're looking for what I think, I'm trying to think who it is that actually has this feature. I think it's, I know the Korg Kronos synthesizer does. If you hold a big pad chord and change your patch or your performance, it stays down until you lift your keys off and then you play again. This is a very different instrument. This is an arranger. It's not sort of like a $3,000 synth. It's for playing. And I don't know actually a scenario where you would play where you would actually hold a chord down and hold a note like that and then change. What would, I don't know. I've never done that because you're playing the melody. You wouldn't change a note while you're doing that. So that kind of, I don't understand why you would want to do that, Milan. I'm sort of confused as to the logic behind. If I hold a note down, all that's changing is the actual volume that's set for each part, because obviously it's still reacting to volume control. But I wouldn't actually play ever a note that while I'm playing it. It doesn't make any musical sense. There you go. So, Nitish. I'm going to have a go at your surname. Davgay? Hi, says Nitish. Hello, Nitish. Welcome to the video. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Do you have any other questions about this remarkable instrument? Anything you want to know? I want to show you the guitars because these have had an absolute steroid injection when it comes to the voices. It's the electric guitar that's had a big hit. Right. No, I'm not doing that. But if I do go into the dance and go into what should we have? Sing It Disco. Sing it yeah, it's fine. I think I should go in rock really, because that's where you've got the new high road rock style in here as well. It's all in there. Shunak Chatterjee. Hello, Shunak. Welcome to the video. Which is better, SX920 or Korg PA1000? Right, well, honest answer, you know what I'm playing. Reasons why, and I'm going to be brutally honest, I would love Korg to get their act together and dump the nightmare that is their user interface and just start afresh. Please, God, do it, because I can't even bring to. When I had my 5X, I can safely say, and I'm being honest, it's the only keyboard I've ever owned that made me angry every time I sat and played it. Because it would take me a lifetime to get through the bloody menu systems to find what I was looking for. If I wanted to add reverb, I mean, here I tap one button, I tap another button, I'm on reverb. On the Korg, I had to go through different menus. There was so many choices of reverb interwoven with other effects. Then I had to decide where it went. It's just not something that you can sit down and adjust while you're playing live. on the flip side of the coin, the way it works and the voicing and the fact that it uses oscillators to create those tones is brilliant, because you can go in and you can edit to a very, very high level. You can't do that on here, but at the end of the day, it goes back to the very basic question of, can you play it? And that's what used to drive me mental with my Korg. I couldn't play it because I was too busy tattling around a menu system that was designed for the spaceship, not for a keyboard. It was just mental. So I'm hoping that somebody at Yamaha, somebody at Korg is actually just hitting delete on the entire thing and starting us from scratch, because that is what it needs. It's just a nightmare to operate. So the answer to that question on playability and musicality is, it's got to be the SX920. The 100, I'm sure they're going to come out with a 1001 to replace the 1000, because it's been out for so long. But I just hope to high heaven that it isn't using the same operating and menu system as the PA and the current range does, because it's just absolutely monstrous. And to be fair, the Ketron isn't much better. You sit down to play a Ketron, and it does take some thinking about. I think Yamaha have made the whole way keyboards work so simple and so logical that you don't have to think about it. You just buy one of these and you kind of fall into it. It's like falling into a duvet. It just makes sense. Everything's there where you need it. It's just comfortable. With other keyboards, it is unfortunately now a learning curve of, well, hang on a minute, this doesn't work like that does. And why have they gone and put that on that page when, to my mind, it should be on the... You with me? It doesn't make any sense. So there you go. Anyway, this is turned into a rant, but there you go. Hi, Treasure Hunter. I was wondering when you would be here. Hey, yes, Treasure Hunter is with us. Good morning, Lee. Everyone from Las Vegas. I hope Las Vegas is nice today for you. And I bet it's cold in that canyon. I once went about 10 years ago and went into the Vegas Canyon to the bottom. And it was the first flight out. And God, it was cold. It was so cold. And it was one of these things where you land in a helicopter, have breakfast, and then come back. I think I was chipping my teeth on the ice. It was so cold. Anyway, what do you want to know that for? I don't know. But anyway, thanks to Las Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter for joining. Welcome to the club. I can see what Milan is asking for when I play. Other people can see the need. By the way, the 5X does do that. Okay, well, that's interesting to know. Totally agree, Yamaha has the best user interface. It does, it really does. And as I said to you, I'd love Korg to come up with something to add, because I don't want to always have one keyboard. Sometimes I want to have 2 or 3 or 4, and I want to sort of see what... I mean, the Ketron has actually recently had an update to version 3. I haven't seen it. I haven't been able to sort of get my hands on one. I'm hoping to, but it seems to be taking a while. However, it is something that I would like to have a look at, because I would desperately like to know what other instruments are out there that are good to play and enjoyable to play. But for me, the Korg isn't one of them at the moment, unfortunately, until they restart their whole user interface and make it friendly. It has to be friendly. It just does. Anyway, any more questions about this? Does anybody want to know? Expansion voices. Now, this is another interesting thing. They have doubled the memory in the 920 to give you 2 gigabytes of storage space. So I can go into here, I can go into my expansion, and I've loaded a couple of packs. Sort of organ voices to have some fun with. Where are we? Let's go into volume and just turn that down a touch. So I can load 2 gigabytes worth of data into this now. These are just sort of examples of voices, organ sounds. They got sort of like a Lowry Celeste. Cloud saxophone. So you got all that sort of stuff. So that's alone something worth noting, because many of you have your own sounds and the voices that you like as packs, so you can load twice the amount that you had into this. So that makes all the world of difference. Oh, look at this. The Las Vegas Urban Treasure. Oh, come on, you've got to shorten your name. so big. We will be in triple digits again today. No way. Oh my lord. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I just go to Caesar's Palace. It's cool in there, no matter what. So I'm not condoning gambling. I'm just saying it's nice and cold in there, and they sell beer. So what more can you ask for? Gamer Boy says, "Hi, this is Sashin India. Our majority of styles common between SX900 and SX920, except 14 new styles in SX920. You've got the styles from the 900, and obviously you've got the new styles, which are from the they are Genos 2 styles. They definitely are, because they're not in the Genos 1. So yeah, you've got new styles, new voices, and all the bits and bobs that obviously are thrown in as well, like the new effects and all that sort of ilk. The piano sounds are definitely better. I'm convinced there's a new audio board in it, because it does sound much more punchy than the old SX900. Sort of the effects, the reverb, the delay are much improved, and again, it just adds to making a good sound. Oh, I was going to tell you, wasn't I, as well, the other tip with pianos. If you go into Mixer and go to Filter, on here I have changed the resonance also, because this brightens and makes the sound sort of crisper. I've changed the resonance on this now to 24 and to 12 for cutoff, and that also brings the brightness out in the sound. It's very reminiscent of the Grandeur piano that's in the Native Instruments packs. But for me, the pianos in this are just absolutely stunning. You've got the... let's go back into the piano. You've got the electrics, but you've also... yeah, which is a nice sound. That's carried through. Then you've got sort of ambient electric pianos. Meditation EP. Than the predecessor of the 900. It is a much bigger sound. For example, let me just go... I mean, again, the styles have got more kick as well. But this Disco Pop Jam... put this through a PA and it absolutely kicks. Especially with the bass. See what the other OTSs are. Whoa. Really does kick, and the bass is really very big. I would love the SX series with built-in Wi-Fi, so adding expansion packs could be made easier. But you really don't want that, Alan. Trust me, that is one thing you do not want. It's available on the Genos, and it is slow, it's tedious, it doesn't work half the time. It is much quicker to shove it on a USB stick and put it into the keyboard and load it direct. Because you not have to go and think, hang on a minute, I've got a flaky Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, it's not going to work. I've tried it so many times. I gave up years ago I gave up with the Tyros 5, trying to transfer stuff by Wi-Fi. It just does not give a happy sort of solution. It's just flaky. Put it on a USB stick, it takes minutes, shove it in the back, away you go. SS Gamer 123. Hi. Hello. Short and sweet. Hello. So any more questions? Because we are getting short on time, I think. We've been how long have we been streaming for now? Let's have a quick candy. We've just hit an hour, same as yesterday. Can you play a ballad? Says Shunak Chatterjee. Right, okay, let's find a ballad. There is some really nice Okay, let me find a nice voice that I want, not one of Yamaha's OTSs, because with that I want a nice saxophone, and let's see what we've got. Genos 2's only just come out. What are you kidding? Nice ballad sort of style. No, the strings are the same, Alan. nice organ sound, but going back to sort of when I said to you yesterday about sort of the Yamaha evolution, it's sort of halted with the organ department. And I know there's not a lot you can do in terms of, you certainly can't add more flutes, but in terms of going for that more sort of realistic sort of sound, and there should still be a rotary button on here. I don't care what anybody says. There should be a button that says rotary on and off, because it just doesn't work. This idea of using your joystick and then having to press that at the same time and lock it, it's madness. It should have a rotary button on here. I know I can assign it to the assignable, but it should be close to the left hand, really. I mean, that is a lovely organ sound. There are some nice organ sounds in it, but yeah, I said there are some. There we go. Let's just have a look, see what they're going on with the reverb on this, because again, it's dropped right down. There we go. Let's put a bit more on. Change the voice. Oh, Cal's bells, not that one. See, this is, I would like to have sort of categories within, so that when you're picking an organ voice, you're not going to be given that. If you're in sort of like a mellow bar mood, you want some indication that you're going to pick another nice mellow sort of sound. That's assuming there is one in here. In fact, did you know this? I'm sure you do, but for those of you who maybe, if you go on voice edit on the altered ones where they've got the pictures of the drawbars that feel like drawbars and not just plastic sliders, it would be so nice to go back to having the real thing. And I know the companies are always looking for ideas to sort of make their products interesting. Maybe Yamaha, you should be looking at that. I don't know. Like I say, I'd love to be at one of the meetings where decisions are made sometimes, because I'd love to sort of just see how people come up with ideas. Anyway, let's have a look. Right, so on the chat room, we're back. Are the strings better sounding than on the SX900? I would love to say yes, but the answer is no. They're the same strings. There are no updates on strings. Cool, then the Genos 2 will be my target for my self-actualization. Go for it, David. I reckon you just keep... In fact, go get yourself a scratch card and see how you get on today. Gamer Boy says, fantastic plane. Oh, thank you. Delby says, David, you will not be disappointed getting a Genos 2. You won't, Del. Absolutely, you won't, will you? Olivia Urba says, actuation button for rotary sound evolution slow to fast with organs. Yeah, it needs a button for rotary to turn the rotary speaker on and speaker off. I mean, I would prefer to have had that than some of the other bits and bobs. But anyway, that's another story. David says, cheers, Dal. Leigh has sold it to me. It is much more alive than the SX920. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm not here to sell you this, and I keep saying this. If you've got the means to get a Genos 2, that's the one you go for. You don't go for this. You go for a Genos 2. If you are looking for something small and compact and you can play it and take it round, and then this is the one you buy. And to be fair, Yamaha's the only company at the moment that I can sort of put a seal of approval on, because it just works and it makes sense. If you're going to buy something, you buy something that you can sit and play without slapping your head on it every time you turn it on because you're just so frustrated at the way it works. You don't do that with the Yamaha. With the Yamaha, you could put a pillow over it because you're never going to bang your head. It just makes all sense. You know, the styles are over here, the voices are over here. If you want to go into effects, you just tap mixer. It's just brilliant, and it's, you know, it's why they're leaders in what they do, and that's why, you know, the SX920 I'm sure is going to sell like boatloads. And I know there's been a few comments about, you know, does it hold the note? And well, it does kind of. I mean, it doesn't change when I go until I play the next note. The volume jumps because, of course, the volume on the next OTS is different. In actual fact, let me just do this while we're here. Let's see if this actually does work. So if I go to the volume on OTS, yeah, that's why, Luke, because the organ cuts off and then it goes to 70. So if I make OTS 2 100, same as OTS 1, and I save that in there, no it isn't, that surprises me. There is something, for some reason, why the volume increases. Let me just put a different, let me turn that one off and put a different instrument on right one. So save that in there. This is the ultimate test. No, there's something. Yeah, something is making the volume jump. Yamaha, you need to have a look at that, because that isn't good. I mean, personally, it wouldn't affect me because I don't hold notes down and then change a voice. That isn't something, because I play the melody using my right hand because it's an arranger. But that is something that they should definitely have a look at for whatever update or something to do. There we go. Right. So, Alan How Music says, love this live stream session, but I need to break as dinner now already. Always beautiful music is played by information. Oh, thanks ever so much, Alan. Lovely to have you with us. The SX920 is nice, however, Yamaha needs an update on their sustain. I do agree. If you use a sustain and switch instruments, the ones cuts off all the time. Just an FY. Do you know what, Mr. Urban? Let's try that one as well. So I'll save that in registration 2. And then if I change to a piano. Right, okay, so let's try this then. So if I play. Oh, hang on, turn that off as well. This has become a science class. Yeah, it does, it cuts off. Yeah, that is something Yamaha definitely need to have a look at. But that's because I'm playing it in block chords with a sustain. I wouldn't kind of do that normally, but you are right, it does do that. Bad Yamaha. Anyway, there you go. So if there's any other questions, it's very unfair that Yamaha don't do an 88 keys version of their SX. That's because Yamaha makes CVP. Of course, they have a piano arranger, keyboard piano, with the CVP 909, so you wouldn't really. And yeah, it doesn't make sense for them to sell two conflicting products, does it? They wouldn't sell the 909 because this does more than the 909, but then again, the 909 has a very expensive wooden cabinet, very expensive wooden keys with all this sort of action. So yeah, same thing happens on the DGX. Oh, so it's a common Yamaha thing then. Oh, that's not brilliant. Well, I will be seeing Mr. Yamaha or one of the team next week, so I will mention that to them and just sort of say, look, there's lots of people who want this fixed. And yeah, so there you go. If there's any other questions, now is your opportunity, because I am going to disappear. I'm going to scoot off, so please do say. And then I'll be I won't be here next week. I'll be away. But if you are tuning in, it will be probably midweek, week after, and I'll give you a little bit of a rundown about the festival and all that. I will try and broadcast from the festival. So if you want to see the Oki team and the guys from Yamaha and all that, yes, the 61 keys are nice quality. It's a nice feeling key. It's not a Modeli. Then again, I don't think anything else in life could be a Modeli. No, it is a nice keyboard. Very, very nice. Just thank you for your demonstration instructions. You're welcome, David. Absolutely delighted. So for anybody who has got an instrument and is interested in finding out more and downloading new content, there is my club. I do run a Genos club. So if you go to patreon.com/Genos club, you can join in and do whatever you want to do. There's lots of stuff on there. There's about 980 videos and 220 new styles, sound packs. There's a whole shed load of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to sign off and say thank you to you guys. I hope you have a nice day. Dal says don't forget to mention the Patreon club. I have to, Dal, it's important. So for those of you who haven't joined, go and have a look. It's patreon.com/Genos club. It caters for SX and for Genos, because originally when I started, I only dealt with sort of did things for Genos. So obviously as the time's gone on, the SX has come on board as well. So, but all to you all, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Have a great week this week, and I'll see you most likely the following. Look after yourselves. Thank you ever so much. I mean, I do mean this from the bottom of my heart. You are all so kind to join in. But a special thank you to Jim Thatcher, who has kindly given me a coffee as part of one of these things where you can leave a tip. I didn't even know you could do it, to be honest. So, but that's really kind. So thanks ever so much for Jim. And I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.